You know, today we are going to show you how you can drive 3 hours and go back 100 years. It's easy.
It is. Hi everybody, welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Rhea Rossi Booth.
And I'm Chad Booth, and we are in Ely, Nevada today at the Northern Nevada Railway. Now, I'll be honest with you, I love steam trains. I've done the Durango thing. I've been to Steamtown in Pennsylvania. I did not know this was here.
Yeah, this is a phenomenal museum. Not only museum, but you can actually get on these gorgeous steam trains and ride up into the canyon. It's gorgeous.
They have a variety of tours. They have a big museum, a campus, so to speak.
Yeah.
The old rail yard. And they've got live breathing steam trains that you can take for rides.
We're getting wet with the steam right now. This is so exciting.
It is. So that's our course today, is to show you all about Northern Nevada Railway, Ely, Nevada. It's a great weekend trip on your way through the Great Basin National Park if you're headed from Utah. So let's find out a little bit about all the things you can do when you visit NNR.
The very cool thing about the Nevada Northern Railway is when you ride the Nevada Northern, you buy your ticket still at the East Ely Depot and you get on the train pulled by one of our original locomotives. The railroad actually climbs up above the city, so you got a great view of the community. We have multiple specialty rides. Our most popular specialty ride is what we call the Great Basin Star Train. About 5 years ago, we partnered with Great Basin National Park, and we bring the dark rangers from the park, and for the Star Train, we leave just before sunset. We head east and climb the mountains behind us there to a star viewing area. If you're a real railroad enthusiast, we have a program that is very unique to us here, and that is called Be the Engineer. In the background here, you can hear that chuff, chuff, chuff. That's the air pump on locomotive 93. We actually allow the public to operate one of our steam locomotives on a 14-mile round trip. If you want to come visit the Nevada Northern Railway, the best place to start is our website, which is nnry.com. All of our program, all of our ticketing is on there. You're welcome to give us a call. Our phone number is 775-289-2085.
The greatest thing about the Northern Nevada Railway Museum is that it's a living museum. There's none of this static stuff. They keep at least 2 locomotives running at all times.
It's so cool. It's not like you're watching a movie inside a museum. You're in the movie.
That's right. It lives and it breathes. Well, we've got our own destination ahead of us, but we've got a where to for you too. We'll join up with you in just a few minutes. Welcome back to At Your Leisure at the headquarters of the Northern Nevada Railway, which is a historic steam-running railway. What do you got there?
It is one of the heaviest wrenches I have ever had in my hands. This baby is huge. Look at that.
That is an adjustable wrench. But
this wrench means business.
when you've got big things like a railroad, then you've got to have big things like big wrenches. I have a riddle for you, okay?
Yeah.
What does a locomotive like this and Tesla have in common?
Don't know.
They both are coal-powered.
There you go. Woohoo! Go coal.
All right, I know some of you are going to argue with me, but because the majority of our power load comes from coal, that means that a Tesla electric car is coal-powered.
Well, the United States does have the cleanest coal around.
That's true, it does. And Utah leads the way.
You're darn right it does.
So we already know what it takes to run a tourism railroad, but what does it take to keep the railroad running? Let's find out.
So we do a lot of manufacturing of our own parts, a lot of reverse engineering of things. You know, if something breaks, it's like, okay, well, we got to go from what we have and then go backwards and figure out what we need. And then we draw up our own plans and get the material and make it on the lathe, on the mill, whatever we need to do. The material we use here is, that we machine here mostly is brass, bronze, mild steels, and babbitt, and then we also make gaskets out of copper. The crane is the only one that actually really functions. It was built in 1907 by the Industrial Works of Bay City, Michigan. It's a 100-ton crane. It was built for the railroad new, and it's used for lifting. We still bring it out a couple times a year and do demonstrations with it, that kind of thing. Every now and then we do actually have to lift something with it, so it's really nice to have when we need it for that. It's, if they had a train wreck usually, so if you had a train wreck, you needed something to put everything back on the track, so they'd use that. It was also used in the early days when they got it to build the mill and smelter out at McGill, which is no longer there. Major maintenance-wise, they're usually pretty good. You know, every now and then you get a hot bearing or something like that. Sometimes it's just you got to get under there and adjust things. We've got 2 operational steam locomotives, the 40 and the 93. You know, they're always getting worked on it. A steam locomotive, yeah, every day you run it, you have to go out and grease it. It's like doing an oil change on your car every day you're going to drive it. That's about the best analogy I have. Nothing really, there is no recirculating oil system on those things. It's once it's used, and you just got to add more basically. So every day those run, they get at least probably 2 hours of attention before they go out and run that day.
Well, as you can see, it takes a lot of work to keep these rail machines running, and some creative thinking on top of that.
That's what this little kitty's for.
Yep.
This is their little mascot. Look how dirty his nose is. Is that adorable or what?
This is
Pure cold.
This is DJ, Dirt Jr. We could not find the Dirt King, who is the shop supervisor, but we know that Dirt's still around because he's got his own brand of coffee.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna go get some later. Out of their store.
Yes, we are.
But I love his little nose. It's so cute.
Yes, it's a very dirty little nose.
Yep.
Well, right now we're going to leave here and take you onto our Along the Way.
Sponsored every week by Rocky Mountain ATV MC.
Great place to get stuff for your off-road.
Indeed.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. This is the fun part of the trip.
Oh, so fun.
When you do the Northern Nevada Railway, you get to actually go out on the train, which is what we're doing now.
Oh my gosh, this is so delightful. Every second of it. I mean, we went back in time.
Yeah, it's like, this is not the wreck of the old 93, okay? This is just, it goes faster downhill than it goes up.
Right.
Anyway, here's a trivia question for you. What kind of fuel economy does a locomotive get?
I don't know.
Well, this trip that we took today is 14 miles, 7 miles up, 7 miles back. 2 tons of coal.
Wow, for 14 miles.
For 14 miles. So think how hard that got. You did a couple shovelfuls earlier.
I'm telling you, these guys work their tails off in that engineer room. Yeah.
Anyway, right now it's time for us to do something a little easier. We want to give you a nice prize. It's time for our weekly sticker contest giveaway.
This week's contest winner was submitted to us on Facebook by Brad Taylor. Congrats, Brad. It looks like you're the lucky winner of a half-day UTV rental from Epic Rentals.
Epic Rentals offers the best rentals on anything with wheels. Remember, your epic journey starts with an Epic rental.
Be sure to call us on Monday at 801-947-8888 to claim your prize. Now, let's take a look at our Trail of the Week.
This week's Trail of the Week is the Cherry Vernon Creek section of the Prospector Trail System.
The Prospector Trail System is located in Tooele County and covers approximately 700 miles of trails.
To get more information on the Cherry Creek Vernon section of the Prospector Trail or any of the other trails that have been completed on the Trail 360 project, visit outsiders.zone. Now, let's take a look at next week's show.
Next week, Kevin and Gina are revisiting our friends at Southern Utah Adventure Center, only this time the mission involves a fun day in the sun on wave runners.
Then, we're headed out to Millard County to dig up some real fun as we spend the day rockhounding.
Lastly, the folks from Stedman's are introducing us to a family that, due to an unfortunate tragedy, was brought closer together through the bond of dirt biking.
Well, that's all the time we have for our show today. As always, Rita has found something rather interesting.
Look how cute that is. I love it. It's so cute. This place has got so much personality and it's so much fun. And the people are awesome on the train. You got to bring your friends and family out here.
So just look it up, Northern Nevada Railway, Ely, Nevada, and remember, there's adventure around every bend, whether it's paved, dirt, or steel.
You just got to get out there and create your own adventure.
At your leisure. Okay, let's...
Beautiful. Look at that. This is the way it used to be.